yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an unexpected AMA because obviously we had one of the Sinja team lined up to join us this week, but they've had to call off last minute. We're sort of trying to reschedule that for as soon as possible. But a sort of brief update on what's been going on this week. Obviously, we're carrying on with the white paper. That's pretty much in the very final stages of completion. What we're doing now is just we're just reviewing what we put together and making sure everything's correct, and then adding some nice graphical enhancements to it. In terms of progress with the staking platform, the centralized exchange, we've met with Tech Alchemy and they've put together a price plan now. We've got a couple of options that we can work with, and we're still finalizing a set completion date. There's things we can do that can speed it up, but we're obviously, we've got to balance these things out. Obviously, we don't want to rush anything. But essentially, we've got a price plan and also a due date in mind now. We have the resources and the amount of people that are going to be working on it pretty much worked out. I'd say we're probably going to have another couple of meetings in the week, probably just finalize those details. But yeah, we're definitely getting closer and closer to having everything ready. It'll probably occur alongside with the white paper release. But in terms of a little update, we've also put together. We've made a bit of leeway on the marketing team we've put together. We've got some people within the community that are helping us with that now, and we're sort of we've restructured how those things are working. People within our team helped us put together some of these AMAs that we're doing this week, and they've got a lot more stuff lined up. And then obviously we're talking about the rebranding as well. That's obviously moving along and should go alongside sort of with the website revamp that's also being worked on alongside the same time as the white paper release. It's probably all going to happen relatively similar sort of times of date sort of thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it really for a sort of brief update, just to let you know what's been going on during this week. Yeah, if anyone wants to add to that.
We have the white paper moving along. That's some news. It's actually moving instead of just saying it's moving. So, there's that. That's some good news.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
All right. Anything you want to add to Whon or Adrian?
So about our marketing team, because I think this wasn't clear a bit. So after, reviewing our Shield team work during last few months, we actually decided to give them a bit more control over what's going on. So they are now officially part of our team. So it's not like they work for us. They have some. They can. Sorry, I'm a bit mixed up. So they are in a team as decisive people. So if we want to do anything, we actually consult with them if it's good or bad idea. So I think it's expanded pretty much, and we are now even more community token than before, because actually our community is working with us now.
Okay, so basically a little more focused with the community, helping with the marketing too, but Lunar's still definitely working with you. Let's see, I'm not sure if Whon, you wanted something to add before we, because I do have questions here, but I'm not sure if Whon, you wanted to add something to it.
Not really, except that we're thinking of doing no tax weekend now on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good point. Yeah.
yeah, to sort of give people the opportunity to buy if they want to buy before the white paper is finalized and we release all the details and everything.
Oh, I see. So basically giving them ample time to prepare for the release of the white paper in anticipation for a quote unquote spike for KTO, right?
Yeah, so there will be no tax on buys tomorrow and at Sunday.
That's obviously UK time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tomorrow, and okay. We got used to the Tuesday, so it's going to be the weekend then. Okay. There we go. So here's one for you guys. How are we planning on providing initial liquidity to provide for the CEX, especially major pairings such as ETH, BTC, etc.?
Sorry, can you repeat that question, please?
Sure. How are we planning on providing initial liquidity to provide for the centralized exchange, especially specifically major pairings such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, etc.?
I mean, so we've done that already on DOJOSWAP or on P2P, B2B. We just take part of our funds from Gnosis plus add some KTO and just provide liquidity. That's pretty straightforward. If we are short of tokens, we're gonna make a buyback, or we're gonna use dev tokens for that.
Okay. All right, then. So then with the white paper dropping and construction of centralized exchange, it says here, they very much believe we need to revisit max transaction and max wallet levels, potentially raised to next levels. Have you guys thought about that?
We've actually made a community vote on that about a month ago, and community was clear that they don't want that. So, we can't do anything if community says no.
Yeah, no, that's this one right here. It does sound like it's referring to the last vote, like you guys said. I feel like if the poll is revisited again, that it's going to be the same outcome in a way. But I'll leave it up to you guys to revisit the poll, since now the white paper is going to be coming out soon, and it might change the circumstances. But like you said, it may have the same outcome.
I think it would be better to actually make that poll after white paper is released.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so then this one here, this one's a really small screenshot. There we go. Would the devs have had any questions for Cliff/Shinja had they been able to attend? So basically here, yeah, if the devs from Shinja were able to attend with us and Cliff joined us too, would you guys have had some questions for them?
I think it was more so them asking us questions to learn more about KTO and what we're doing over here. And then a few hours later, we get to take all these questions and answers over to the Shinja Telegram. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, it did look like an AMA for Kounotori that was being hosted by Shinja, but I'm sure that if we're in the AMA with them, they'd be more than willing to get some questions asked for them as well.
I mean, yes, them saying joining us on AMA would be like a signal that we work with them, something like that. And we are mostly focusing on AMA with them because we want Shinja community to actually know us a bit better.
Yeah, that is true. Basically, get KTO's name out into Shinja, since on this side, Shinja's basically the bigger guy, and KTO's the one wanting to branch out more versus vice versa. But if the KTO community wants to ask questions, I'm sure they'd ask them right then and there. But I see what you mean. It's more for KTO being hosted.
Yeah.
Have we landed on a name for the centralized exchange? Any ideas came to mind?
One. So the problem is no matter what, it's going to have to be a definitive name, and once it's done and made, we can't go changing it. So we are discussing it, and we have got some ideas, but still just theory work at the moment. like I said, if we just rush through it and some name is chosen and it doesn't land or stick, and it might sound good to us but be terrible to the people, then it's just like, yeah, fuck. So definitely got some, but not ready to really finalize any names yet.
All right, and this one's not posted here, but I had saved it from a couple of days ago. How much of an effect can the community have on naming the centralized exchange?
I mean, I think we're gonna just, take few ideas and make a poll for people, so people will actually have a chance to vote for best name.
All right. So there you go. I mean, if anyone has any ideas, post it there.
Yeah, no, just send it to me or Lee or Martin. So, we're going to consider it definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to hear other people's ideas. As Kat says, we've got some stuff in mind, and we've got some some rough sort of logos put together, and we're working sort of creatively with it. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if the community has any ideas, yeah, it could be lightning in a bottle. You never know. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, love to see it.
And then speaking of the centralized exchange itself, I'm not sure if this was answered before, but this was on a different channel. There were some wondering whether the centralized exchange and the staking platform is a one program thing, or if they're two separate entities that will have their own jobs. Basically,
I think we have to clear that out. So yeah, it's gonna be one platform under same name. So you're gonna basically it's gonna be quite similar to Crypto.com in terms of staking. So there's one exchange with staking options.
Yeah, as opposed to originally. Sorry, Jitters. I was just going to say, yeah. Obviously, our original plan was to provide a staking solution, and then we looked at obviously expanding that into a centralized exchange and opening trading within that. So yeah, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to be able to stake within the centralized exchange. Some of the stuff we talked to Tech Alchemy about. Whether or not we stagger the releases, so the centralized exchange releases first and then staking comes, say, a month later, just to help lead times. That's something it's not something that we're actually doing, it's just something we're talking about currently, just to talk about speeding things up or balancing resources. So we'll have more details on that probably when all of these documents and things are all finished and put together, which is, as I say, we'll come very close to that period. So, yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's definitely much more helpful, something more streamlined. That way they don't have to worry about having to worry about two programs to set up. It's all just basically streamlined into one. So that does clarify, but if anyone has any more questions about it, they can just refer back to this AMA. Now for this one. Uh-oh.
Ignore me. I'm
all right. I'm not going to claim what you have, so I'll just leave it at that. Some centralized exchange are not available in every country due to some legal stuff. I'm not sure what legal stuff they're referring to, but do you have any plans to make it available in USA and Asia?
We actually, that was one of our first questions to Tech Alchemy, and they've actually explained us what needs to be done to be not a problem for US, for working in US, and we're definitely gonna try to work everywhere.
Within whatever's allowed, because I know that on some occasions some exchanges aren't allowed to some countries, but if it's allowed, I'm sure you guys will work on that, right?
I mean, the biggest issue will definitely be United States, because they have really hard regulations for exchanges. But I'm sure we're gonna deal with this.
If you'd like, I can bring in Kat with me and talk to President Biden about it. Like, hey, what's going on? Let's get going with this.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty comfy at home.
they have like they require like really detailed reporting for for people who use that exchanges. There are some different regulations over different states, so it's gonna be quite a lot of work for us. Yeah, but we definitely want to work in US too.
That's a big one. And here's a question. It's not NFT related, so don't worry, but it's more like the Nintais are very stunning. They're loving it. But how did you guys meet Whon Jick?
That's through Cat.
Yeah, are you going to expand on that? Come on, how many do you guys know? Do I have to explain this all?
I thought you'd probably be best talking about how you.
Well, yeah, because it was me. Okay, I'm straight with it. Mr. Whon Jick was pretty much way before Shiboshis and all that. He was making pretty good NFTs for all of the SHIB related stuff. I loved his stuff, but not really paid it any mind, and then shit happened, and I left the project, so I didn't really have a chance to promote it. Sadly, I would have if I had still the pool. And then thought, well, we're gonna make NFTs. Who better to hit up than someone I know who already makes good stuff? A different style for him, but he did fucking splendidly, and he's done 2 sets now. He's all come through me, and he's really settled into it. So deserves everything he gets too. Give him all the love. So. Also, buy some of the sparkling Shibas. They're cool too. I like those. I got like 3 of them myself.
Yeah, he does beautiful work. Really good.
There's just one message to me that he needs to leave for 10 minutes. So don't be shy. If you have any questions, just ask them.
Yeah, anyone who has any questions, yeah, absolutely. Don't be afraid to ask them. And like I say, if you can't think of any questions right now, just write it in Discord or Telegram, and we'll try and answer as soon as possible. But I think the main aim of the AMA today was basically just to give a bit of an update and clue you guys up with what's been going on during the week. And like I say, we've been progressing on all fronts with the white paper, the staking platform, with restructuring and marketing and various aspects of the structure of KTO. So yeah, it's been a good week. A lot of progress made.
And I just wanted to jump in to add about the white paper. It's finished in terms of the actual text. We're focusing on the graphics and making it look presentable and easy to and digestible for the reader, because it's rather large. It's about over 20 pages. It goes into details of the NFT perks, and I have started sort of leaking some of the information before the white paper release on my Twitter. Like the first one was that we will be paying the actual interest on staking in stable coins, and there will be more leaks in the upcoming days, like for example the exact perks from the NFTs, the staking of KTO and other tokens and so on. So keep an eye for those.
Yeah, everyone is shy today.
Yeah, I'll step in jitters.
Yeah, Onion. So this is gonna be revealed soon. Like Johan said, he's gonna probably tweet about it. So he started to leak some informations about NFTs, about other stuff. So just hold on. Jitters is out for 10 minutes. He said.
Okay, I'm holding on tight.
Okay.
So, come here often?
You're amazing, guys.
Ew, what? That's kind of
that?
out left field.
Howdy, how's it going?
I'm good, dude. Just chilling. I'm just listening in. What's up?
Ah, that's good, mate.
Don't touch my nipples. Got 8 of them.
Is there any questions?
You got a selection.
This is missed so far. Do you guys want to take over like temporarily? Because my service here is really bad.
Up to you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you can see some questions,
Yeah, I can go
Discord
through it.
or anything. Right, mate.
Cool. So Kramitz asked, can we clear up box roll, and how will this work with the 405 Genosis wallet, Genosis Multisig? You had community members join in on the meeting with Tech Alchemy. Can you tell us how that went and what they were showing, and can things like this be done more often?
Yeah, that's a good point. In regards to Bucks roll, as I said, I think I spoke about this last AMA, but yeah, not a whole lot's changed. I mean, he's here. He's welcome to talk about it himself. But yeah, not a whole lot's changed. He's still part of Genosis, and he's still like within our inner circle and directing and talking about the project. It's mainly just the case of he didn't feel that he was able to give enough time to justify the developer role, but he's still working on graphics, and he's still, as I say, he's rebranding and working on the website revamp. Yeah, so I mean, not a whole lot's changed on that front. It's literally just, as I say, the amount of time he could dedicate to the project and what he felt comfortable with. And we can't force anyone to stay in a certain role or anything like that. So. Yeah, that's pretty much where that is. And the other question was, what was it? Tech Alchemy, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, we had a couple of people on for the Tech Alchemy meeting that we've actually done it a couple of weeks now, I think. And that was essentially going through some of the stuff that they showed off with some of the mock-ups and some of the various design work that we were looking at. As I say, this week, Monday, we were talking about pricing. We progressed with that a little bit since, but you know, people were party to that and saw sort of a rough sort of time frame we had in place for delivering the centralized exchange. You know, so we're going to continue to do that. I think those who joined sort of had a good insight into what was going on. Yeah, it's something we'll continue to do.
Cool. Good. And also, we had a question from someone saying in regards, what's actually the time frame looking like for the CEX? Like, how long do you guys think you?
Well, as I say, yeah. Away you go, Adrian.
Right. So we've received, you know, all the document from Tech Alchemy with hours of work that they require for making whole functioning exchange with staking, you know, pretty much everything that we need. And they said it's gonna take about 6 to 7 months, but now our job is, you know, to decide what is needed to that first version of exchange. So, you know, we get rid of some stuff that can be added later. So, you know, we hope we're gonna finish with like 5 months.
5 months. Okay. Hope that's your question answered, Jeff. Also, John's asked, will the devs keep posting updates on what they do each week on the notice board on the notice board channel on Discord? Oh,
Did you say what or why?
Will the devs keep posting updates on what they do?
Yeah, obviously. It's part of the thing that I had a huge 4-hour meeting for, and that we concluded was needed. So that's why I sit here and poke the devs with a stick to occasionally update it. The whole point is basically keeping guys in the loop of what's happening in the background, because it does get quiet sometimes, admittedly. There's always something going on.
That's fair, because usually we take for granted, you know, not everyone can come to these AMAs, and we usually like to cover things like in this format and like to address everyone in person. That's how I like to do things. But yeah, absolutely, yeah, we need to keep on top of written analysis of what we've been doing in the week. So yeah, it's something that we're going to be working on. Someone within our team had actually put something together, I think I saw today, based on the last AMA. So that, yeah, we've got someone looking at it, and we're also going to step in and try and sort that as well.
Cool, that's great. Okay, so next question is in regards to the debit card. It's actually quite interesting. There were tweets showing a debit card from KTO. Can you tell us what role that will play in the future and a general idea about the future 5-year plan for KTO? What? Could you hear me, Rob?
Can I actually repeat the question, because I didn't understand, I think.
Yeah, I think my connection went. Okay, so
speak louder.
There was showing a debit card for KTO. Can you tell us what role that will play in the future and a general idea about the future 5-year plan for KTO?
No.
Catch up.
It's a secret. It's a secret. I'm gonna get it to know yet.
Right,
It's also still theory, so we can't technically tell you.
Yeah, so we have a plan to actually, create our own blockchain where KTO will be main coin there. So KTO will be moved to our blockchain, which will be fully secure there. So we're planning to do something like that, and then create a stable coin that will be basically reward for staking, and that stable coin will be pegged to credit card.
Yeah, these are plans we have in place, but I definitely just want to stress that obviously, at the minute, obviously focuses on the staking platform, the centralized exchange. This is stuff that we've planned, and we have other things that we planned on in the background. But it was more of like a teaser of things, to come that are being worked on.
So it's like a one step at a time thing, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. What we don't want to do is try and tackle a million things at once and then end up with a mess and the things being delayed because it's not all a concurrent release. So yeah, it's something that we're looking at and something that we're researching. It's a bit of a teaser, as I say, for things to come, but yeah, don't expect it tomorrow is what I'm saying.
So I plan for next 2 to 5 years, to be honest. So yeah, we have some cool ideas, how to improve our platform over time.
All good. All right, yeah, good to hear. So next question I can see here is how much money will be used in marketing roughly? Which I think that's quite a difficult one to predict, wouldn't you think?
It varies from month to month. Just depends how much we have and how much we allocate. It's never going to be a set number.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
Do you have an average number?
It's a really hard thing to pinpoint. What I would say is what we're trying to do now is we're trying to push funds so that they marry together with a catalyst. So setting aside marketing funds now, we're putting stuff aside to, as I say, marry together with the release of something like the white paper. And obviously the information dump that we have coming from all this research period of with Tech Alchemy and all the stuff they put together and all the stuff we worked with over the last sort of 10 weeks or so. But that's going to have all the information that you will need regarding the staking platform and that initial release of the centralized exchange. So yeah, I mean, at the minute, yes, as Kat says, it's all dependent on the month and how things work out. But we are trying to, as I say, push marketing so that it goes alongside a catalyst a bit more. So it's better managing funds, basically, is what we're trying to do.
Makes sense.
I did get a direct message from someone. It's not a question, but they just wanted to spread some kind words. Not a question, but thank the team from me. They are an amazing, hardworking team, really rare to see in small projects. Hopefully no one got offended by that.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, you know, as we said before, we're going to carry on working regardless. We've made good progress so far, and we're going to continue to deliver and continue to push forward until we've got this centralized exchange released and a staking method for KTO. I personally can't wait until we're able to, you know, make stake KTO for ETH and USDT and see, you know, give KTO the value that it deserves. So I mean, yeah, everyone in now, all these early investors, your patience will, you know, it will what's the word? It will pull off. Sorry, what's that, Adrian?
Will pay out, right?
Yeah, like,
Will pay out. That's better. Sorry, I've got brain fog at the minute. But yeah, absolutely.
nice.
This one is interesting here. There is someone who was asking, when will the website be ready? Because I know you guys were working on the website and that there's some new things coming. The little logo changing and everything. Soon. Okay.
Yeah, just soon.
Hey, the guy who asked that question, soon.
Yeah. It's a legitimate answer.
Yeah, website's being worked on. At the minute, we're shifting some of the graphical focus. Some of the, you know, graphics team are looking at obviously the white paper and attending to that. So yeah, all this stuff's still going in the background. Website revamp, yeah, it's on the way soon.
Ooh. Sorry, just moving some stuff here. I'm getting a lot of notifications from Telegram. There we go. All right. There was one guy who asked me in DMs, can we have Cat talk more? He's a funny guy.
No.
That sounded like Yoan. I don't know why, but that sounded like Yoan saying, no.
That's a good impression.
I'm secretly Cat.
Lol.
All right. Don't see any more questions here.
There's one from Kramer.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. If there's one word you could use to describe this project to a new investor, what would that one word be?
Original.
Innovative.
Original.
I'd definitely say secure, because in terms of everything we put together and all the safeguards we have in place, you know, it's one of the few projects that's released in the time frame that we released that still exists and is still working hard and still going. And I say that as though we've been around for ages. We haven't. We're still a very new coin. We're still 3 months old. But yeah, absolutely. Safety and security, everything, you know, do your own research and look us up, check us out, and you'll see everything's in place to make sure that your funds are safe.
And it looks like they are looking for Yoan's and Garyon's answer too. What do you guys think? What would be the one word you would use?
I would have to go with what Kat said, basically original, because we've always tried to not follow into anyone's footsteps and to do something that hasn't been done yet, instead of just copying another project and trying to piggyback off of their following.
I would say we are basically a trend right now because everyone is trying to copy us with their own no tax days or, you know, projects creating saying they would create their own centralized exchanges. It didn't happen before we actually started doing this.
Yeah, that's actually true. Before the Kounotori token launch, most of the new tokens were all renouncing contracts, etc. And now after we launched, most tokens just don't renounce, and they do limited time tax events where the tax is off or reduced or so on. So this is definitely something that we've had impact on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of people are saying like, well, KTO is not getting noticed. I disagree. If projects are taking ideas from KTO, then KTO is doing something right. It's all a matter of just the white paper releasing soon, and then just basically spreading that out there. There we go. The next question: the stake platform. Can you do that on your mobile or future app?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be added at some point. We're going to start with just website, because creating a mobile version, mobile app would require more time. So we're going to start with just website, and then we're going to add app over time.
Yeah, and mobile optimization is something that Tech Alchemy are really clued up on. It's one of their sort of main expertise. So yeah, that's not going to be a problem at all. But we thought, yeah, to cut time down and produce something, within a satisfactory sort of time, we're going to provide it web-based app first, and then and then there will be mobile optimization following from that.
And on the topic of other tokens and projects sort of taking the idea of Kounotori, what would you guys have to do or are willing to do if, say, for example, they take your idea and then they get the limelight that Kounotori deserves?
Well, I mean, hopefully that's part of why you can understand why initially at first, when looking at the centralized exchange angle, that we were, looking into that in this research phase, that's why we were having to play cards close to our chests, because it was something that hadn't really been done before, especially in the sort of new Ethereum platform space. As soon as we did release some information, there suddenly were a few projects that were doing very similar things and had pretty similar tokenomics. The difference is that, it was all based upon marketing. Whether or not they actually deliver something, I hope they do, but that's the difference I see. We are actually definitely working on something and have been since the start. It's not all about the charts. This is early doors. This is still very early days. Once we actually have these utilities in place, you'll see, the revenue that's going to come into it and provide liquidity through transactions. It's going to be a completely different ball game. And as I say, yeah, in regards to people doing similar things, yeah, you can't do anything about it. We can't keep secret forever. People have to, have information about what they're actually investing into. We release things cautiously and did over time. I don't think we've mishandled that in any way. I think people have a right to know exactly what we were building, but as I say, we just had to be relatively cautious about it and not release info too early. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And hopefully now, after a bit of hindsight, people can understand why we were doing things the way we were.
Yeah, no,
we need to be honest. We need to be honest here that we're not creating another swap or another wallet or something. We're creating big business here. We're creating business that will provide jobs to people, and will definitely be successful. So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, absolutely. In that sense, it does make sense. The only reason I say this is because if looking at UNISWAP, looking at MetaMask, these were all basically projects that created a first, and then copycats came after. And the ones who tried to copy and take it as their own, they rushed it. It didn't come out so well, so people would fall back to MetaMask, would fall back to UNISWAP as the main one. With KTO, like you guys said, you couldn't keep it a secret, so there will be other centralized exchanges, but they'll come back to Kounotori, in my opinion, not financial advice, because Kounotori was the first. They'll perfect it. Others will try to copy it, but will fall through, and then they'll be back to Kounotori, basically. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, people who will try to copy us don't really understand how much work and, time it requires. So, creating pump and dump, by saying, yeah, we're creating another exchange. Yeah, it could be easy, but, creating actual exchange is really a lot of work.
Yeah, that's true. Here's one for you guys. Have you been approached by any other projects about being listed on your CEX?
I think it's too early for that, to be honest,
Yeah.
I mean, not many people know us, and they don't really know what we're building for now. I hope it will change after we release our white paper.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
I mean, we're sorry, Johan.
Go ahead. It's all right.
Oh, I mean, all I was going to say is, yeah, of course, we'll keep an eye on projects that are newly releasing, projects that seem, legitimate and have all the required things in place to meet our sort of requirements of listing. As I say, to actually list on our on our centralized exchange, you'll have to go through the same sort of KYC and various safeguard process that we went through in order to be able to list. So yeah, I mean, we're keeping an eye out for projects that we like the look of and that seem secure. But obviously, in order to list, they'll need to go through this process to be eligible.
I just want to jump in here really quickly. In terms of like evaluating projects, KYC, like Genosis multi-signature, renounced contract, these like general safety features. Like obviously having them is going to be beneficial to the chances of the project being accepted by us to be listed on our CX. However, we're not going to like have a cookie cutter set in stone type of requirements like SataMask, for example, because SataMask, the few times that we managed to exchange messages with their listing people, it was a huge problem for them that our contract wasn't renounced, and they were really difficult to reason with. Like, we tried to tell them that we have all these safety features in place and whatnot, but they were really like, here it's written on the thing that it has to be renounced, and if it's not, like, don't even talk to us, basically. Of course, they didn't say exactly that. Like, they said that NAM was going to look through the contract and whatnot, but it's like 2-3 months later, it hasn't happened. So we're going to look at each project individually, study it as a whole, and actually try to learn what the values that the devs and the project as a whole and the community hold and everything like that. Also, the projects that we'll be listing on our CX are going to actually be voted by the community. I don't think this has been mentioned yet, and there will be certain requirements in order to qualify for to be part of the voting system, essentially. More on that in the white paper.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we're gonna require KYC from devs and some written agreement, so if they do something sketchy, we can actually sue them and retrieve money back to people. But anything else is gonna be discussed between projects and us.
Yeah, and obviously, I think we mentioned also before a contract or audit being in place, either pre-existing or one that would need to be conducted before being eligible to list on our platform.
All right. Well, I mean, that solidifies my confidence with the Kounotori, especially on the security level. You guys want to make sure all holes are filled. Here's the next one for you. I don't know if this question's to you or for Tech Alchemy, but will KTO offer bug bounty projects?
Yes, definitely, because that's a requirement for some auditing company. I think even Certic requires, some bounty rewards to boost the score.
I'll ask this question right here. I know it's been answered already, so I'll let Kat answer this one. Hey, when white paper?
Yeah, soon. Yeah.
I just thought I'd go through it, but that's going to be the last white paper question. This one is more lighthearted. Can you guys say happy birthday to Krystin?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Krystin.
Happy birthday.
Merry Christmas, Jordan.
Yeah, no, today's Kramit's third kid's birthday, so guessing that put a smile on her face.
Oh, wrap your dick.
All right, going through a couple more here. Make sure all holes are filled. Okay, you know what I meant. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. So I guess that's the question for now. I don't see any DMs here, so I'll leave it up to you guys to close it with any closing statements. Go ahead.
I think everything what needed to be said it was said today. So we're still working on exchange. We are finalizing our research phase, and we're getting closer.
Yeah, and expect updates on the web on the white paper soon, and the website and the revamping.
Follow Johan's Twitter.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Follow Johan on Twitter. He's going to drop some spicy secrets.
And maybe just a video of him drinking some vodka.
Needs to happen.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
guys,
if that's going to be there, then I'll let you guys end it here. Thank you, Captain Smith. Thank you, Johan. Thank you, G, Kat, and we can't forget you, Buck.
I think he's
he's
here.
Buck. He's here.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, hello.
Okay, I look forward to seeing you all at 3 in the fucking morning.
You know what? Let's have
3 a.m. today on Shinja Telegram.
Oh, that's right. I'll post a link of the Shinja Telegram for those to follow. That way we can get in their AMA. So again, thank you guys. I'll leave it here for you guys.
Yeah, cheers for that, Jitters. Cheers everyone for coming.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Cheers.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.